nice house.
Hello and welcome. I am Anti-Derivative Jill, and this is Plomeek tea, and of course that's a Vulcan tea, and the tea comes from Star Trek, of course. And actually, if you notice, all of my shows are kind of a Vulcan theme. Infinite, Indefinite Lunch, and Infinite Combinations is obviously a play on. Um, Infinite diversity and infinite combinations. And then whenever I review something I don't like, I call it Koswan reviews because that's a Vulcan, you know, when a rite of passage for Vulcans is called Koswan. So this one could be anything. If anyone wants to say anything in the chat or join the panel, they can share whatever they like. And in the meantime, I have other things to look at. And Plomeek, Plomeek soup is mostly what's referred to in Star Trek. We only mention Plomeek tea in Enterprise. Plomeek soup shows up, of course, in one of the best episodes, Amok Time, and and it and the tea itself wasn't shown on screen, but it was shown on the menu in Enterprise. And there's this website out there that does Star Trek based foods. So I just found this food replicator. And um, so they created a tea, but you, they're not sure if you should feed it to a Vulcan, but they've made it so that it's good for humans. And they constructed it to be medicinal, just like the Plomeek tea is. So it purifies your blood, cleans your liver and kidneys, and acts as an antacid and lowers your blood pressure. Based on their research of the ingredients used in this tea. So I guess what they put in it is beetroot. Okay, I get that because beet is superfood, and honey, and lemons, water, and mint to garnish. I'm not going to go through. You can visit this site if you want to learn more about how to make the Plomeek tea, how to add the honey and boil the water and do all that stuff. Oh, I guess the weirdest thing about this tea is how to deal with the beetroot. I've never put beetroot in tea before. That's very strange. Well, hello today in the chat too. Well, okay, so this stream is to help me learn, also to help me learn about using the stream element spot. So I know that I put this here. Okay. Why didn't it work? I'm gonna try this now. And I'm supposed to be able to put exclamation king and show up with King Dolphin TV. There it is. Okay, so it does work. So that's part of this stream too, to make sure that those commands work. And at first, my stream element spot wasn't working um, because I never signed in. Because you have to make your stream element spot a moderator, and now it works. And now my stream element spot is a moderator, so it works. Pretty cool, huh? And if anybody would like to join me here, that'd be pretty fun. But otherwise, is this different? Okay, wait. Here, let's go through the chat here. Hello to RN Feliciano. And hello to Cronus. It back. Am I connected? I am connected. All right. I don't know what happened. I lost my internet and now I'm back. And here we go. And now I need to I need to share my screen, but I'm not going to share that one anymore. Okay. That would be cool, but if not, it's all right. I know, right? Well, I think it's a problem with my network driver. My network driver it decided to fart out at me again. Okay. Okay, I'm down. Hello, hello, hello. Am I back? Am I back now? Did Okay, so I had to restart my computer. My stream never went off live, so I'm still here, but all of my links are gone that I had prepared. So I'm going to see if I can find them. Hello. I'm back. I'm back. Hello, pop culture curator. If anybody would like to join the panel, they're welcome to. And in the meantime, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, let's see if I can get back to where I was. So anyway, this is just an open type panel show, and I had a few things to show you in case I didn't get any guests. And I guess I'll go through the chat from when I messed everything up. Well, rather my computer decided my internet driver decided not to work. So we have Cronus in the chat. Hopefully Cronus is still in the chat. Let's see. Let me open this. Let me get everything set up the way I had it before, because I had everything set up. At least, okay. He said, at least you don't use pain sticks. Well, I mean, I guess maybe Plomeek soup might be considered painful because it's kind of a plain tea. It's it and that's kind of the idea of the show too. It's going to be pretty plain unless I got something to talk about. On the wall of the Enterprise. And Captain Cockney Spock is here. And I'm going to go to my Stream Elements website where I have my list of my commands for my bot, because that's really what I'm using this stream for, is to just test my bot. So it's not really anything. I go to my dashboard. Yeah, where is it? Where is that stinking dashboard? I don't understand this. Ah, there we go, chatbot. Okay, chat commands. And okay, yes. Yes. And hey, hey, okay, so then I also have this. I can type in names of anybody that's in my chat. Hey, Aaron Feliciano. Yeah, this one's a lot less structured than my reviews, so I don't know exactly what else to how to structure what I'm saying. Hello to the Comic Relief Crusader. And hello to Son of a Red Shirt. And this is the part of the show where everything went to crap. Everything, the internet. Well, I guess a test stream is a good time for everything to go crazy. But I'm going to need to figure out my internet problem. No audio. What? All right. How about now? How about now? Hello? Yes. Yes, you can hear me now? Well, probably everything I just said were the best things that I will ever have said on my channel. Technical issues. What can you do? Yeah, I know. It really threw me off. Uh-oh. Yeah, see? Oh, hello in the chat to Captain Trek. I think I have you under exclamation Trek. See if that works. I know it's gonna work because the other ones worked, but now I'm just doing it for fun. And we're patient. You are pretty patient, aren't you? And so Son of a Red Shirt says, what do you want to bet Jill is just chatting away happily, completely oblivious to being offline? Yeah, that was the case for a little while until the chat said disconnected. And, I couldn't click on the chats anymore, so I realized something was wrong. And then RM Feliciani was helping out with earlier when everything was down. So is Stream Elements part of StreamYards? No, it is not. It's an external entity. It's something that you can connect with your Streamlabs StreamYard to put this little bot in here that helps you do commands. So you can put short commands and come up with this big link here. So you don't have to copy and paste these links all the time. And it's pretty cool. And then Stream Elements also lets you put overlays over your stream and all that. It well, yeah, the exclamation LDG does work. So good going there, but free the net doesn't do anything. There she is, just like the Reliant. Oh, thanks. Divert more power from the shield, says Captain Cockney Spock. And Captain Trek says, no, StreamYard and Stream Elements are different. But yeah, the Stream Elements can help you do stuff, do some fun stuff. I'm going to use it to figure out OBS and do some fun stuff with that later, but I haven't figured out OBS yet, so that'll be a little while before I try that. Yes, I can tell you how to work it on police Raymond. It's not too hard. You just have to make sure your Stream Elements is a mod on your channel. At first it wasn't working at all. but then once I made it a mod, it did. And thank you, the Comic Relief Crusader, for believing in me. And you have to process time cards. That doesn't sound like much fun. But it's work, huh? And Pop Culture Curator is driving and listening. And now he's actually able to listen to something. Hello to Dalek451. How's it going, Jill? It's going much better now that my internet's working. That kind of helps a little bit. Son of a Red Shirt says, I've got to step away for 5 minutes, but I'll be back. And if anyone would like to be on the panel, there's the link at the top there. And anyways, I hope you all will all be there at King Dolphin TV for the 6-month 150 plus sub party. All right. Yeah. There's going to be a big party on Raymond Feliciano's channel. Give me just a second.
No opportunity. There was no pause. He just kept talking in one long, incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic so that no one had a chance to interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic.
That was the only clip I just had to randomly play. And cheers. All right. Okay. Okay, now I caught up with the chat too. And now y'all can hear me. And the next thing I was going to show was Chief O'Brien at Work by John Adams. And this is a comic that it's like a fan fiction comic created by John Adams about Chief O'Brien while he was still a transporter chief before he became chief of operations on Deep Space Nine. And it's both funny and depressing, and I really love it for fans of crappy jobs, space travel, and in and Chief O'Brien at work.com. That's the website to go to for that. So I mean, it's not like I'm gonna read all 300 of these comics. So I hope it's okay if I look at a few of these. I hope you don't mind. So this is the gist of these comics. We got Chief O'Brien here in the transporter room. And I don't have an Irish accent. I'm not going to try to be John Adams was Garfield's creator? I don't think so. I think John Adams was he worked for the New York Times. I think there's some stuff. I don't know. Okay, let's look at what he does before we look at the comic itself. About him, John Adams is a New Yorker and mad cartoonist, among other things. Select clients include MTV, Netflix, Wired, Marvel, Disney, McSweeney's, Lucasfilms, Electronic Arts, and a bunch of comic book publishers. And yes, I will help you with that, with the Streamline spot. And no, he wasn't. Yeah, I think never mind, I got my creators mixed up. Yeah, no. But it's pretty good. It's a pretty good little comic if you ever need something to just read real quick. It's kind of cute. Kind of sad, kind of depressing, and also funny, also relatable at the same time. So, Chief O'Brien's in the transporter room. Picard to Chief O'Brien. Transport myself, Dr. Crusher, and Mr. Data directly to the surface. Do you guys want to do it from the transporter room, sir? It would be nice to see a friendly face. No need. Transport us directly. Bleep. And that's it. That's I don't know if anybody else finds it funny, but it's hilarious to me. Anyway, if anybody's interested into these comics, they can come to this website. I don't know how many of these I could read before he gets upset, the creator. Yeah, he's so alone. That's what it is. That's what's so funny about it. But I feel alone sometimes too, so it's kind of, relatable. In this one, I could transport all of you into space right now if I wanted. just the look on that face. Okay, one more, and then I'll do something else. Bleep. Ah! Oops. Oh my. Sorry, Tasha. I guess I accidentally pressed the transporter button right at the same time. Data said you'd be changing. Okay, maybe I shouldn't show that one. Anyway, it's pretty good. So here was the next link I had. I guess. Yeah, see, I wasn't even expecting that one. There's a lot of hilarious stuff like that. So if you haven't read that comic, and hold on just a moment. Let's see if I got anything here. No, I really don't. You silly. Damn kids. Strange to go from rock music to Trek cartoons. Oh, what were you doing? Oh, rock music. Yeah, you did rock music with you were talking rock music with that 70s rock band, right? And this is news from several days ago, but they Orville released this new poster. I'm sure y'all seen it on Twitter already, like 100 times. I don't know if there was anything in this article that was any good or not, so I'm just gonna skim through it real quick. They're working real hard. Yeah, see, that's the same thing that they released on February, so there's nothing new there. So I'll go to here and let's check the chat real quick. And never mind, got my creators mixed up. And it's too late. You sullied our eyes. Put it back. Yeah, I know. I could keep looking through at these comics, but I think that was a good teaser. If y'all wanted to look more at that, I don't want to get the creator upset by showing too much of his work. And I was committing to the Bryan Adams bit. So this was a tweet that I saw 50 years ago today, April 21st, 1972. Apollo 16 commander John Young executed his famous jumping salute on the moon during the first EVA of the mission, captured on film by LM pilot Charlie Duke, as well as with the TV camera that had been set up.
And storm out and the old flag. Come on out here and give me a salute. Big Navy salute. Off the ground, on the floor. There we go. And storm out. And the old...
Yeah, so that's kind of fun. And I had to bring up each link one at a time, even though I had them all out earlier. But my little hiccup earlier. So also related to the moon. I had no idea about this, but just going through my Twitter, I found that we're actually going back to the moon. We've made a lunar lander. I don't know that. I don't know that will. I don't know that they're sending anybody. I think it's just a lunar lander. And the latter phase of assembly is tracked to launch by the end of the year. So at the end of the year, we're going back to the moon, either remotely with the robots, or I don't think we're sending anybody. I think if we were sending people, we'd hear more about it. So I think it's just a regular lander. Yeah, payload services program. Okay, and it as at an event. Okay, so in Pittsburgh, Astrobic Technology showed off its nearly complete lunar lander It is building for NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Service program and said the spacecraft remains on schedule to launch this year. At an event as its headquarters here on April 20th, attended by NASA Administrator Bill Nelson and other agency officials, the company showed its Peregrine lander that it plans to send to the moon on the first United Launch Alliance Vulcan Centaur launch in late 2022. And what are the chances that, all my live streams are named after Vulcan things, and this alliance is called the Vulcan Centaur? Interesting. The lander is still being assembled, said John Thornton, chief executive of Astrobotic. Astrobotic. That's probably the first time I said that correct. Astrobotic. Remaining work includes installation of its solar panels, 2 fuel tanks, and decks holding payloads. The engines are just about done, he said, and will soon be installed. So he was optimistic that the remaining work will be done quickly. In just a couple of months' time, this will be heading out to environmental testing, he said, following a shipment to the launch site late last year. Still, I don't know what the experiment is about or what they're actually sending there. So, okay, they're building it. That's all we know. Astrobotic experts Peregrine to launch in the 4th quarter of this year, a schedule that depends on both the readiness of the lander and Vulcan. Things are on track for a flight in Q4 of this year, he said during a speech earlier in the day at a conference by the Keystone Space Collaborative, a regional space industry group, citing updates he received from ULA about their progress on Vulcan. As far as we know, they're on track for the end of the year. So, okay, they just said the same thing again. They didn't tell me anything. Astrobotic will be carrying both NASA payloads through its CLPS program as well as commercial payloads. Okay, now finally they're saying something. So, commercial stuff and NASA stuff. I wonder what that means. 7 countries, including the U.S., will have payloads on the lander. Oh, okay. Thornton said. He billed Peregrine as NASA's return to the lunar surface after half a century. This is our nation's first lander headed back to the surface of the moon, nearly 50 years since Apollo, he said. I don't really think you can compare it to Apollo when you're not actually sending people on it, but it is the first going back to the moon since then, I suppose. I suppose it's true enough. Peregrine is, in fact, one of 2 commercial landers in development for launch in the next year for CLPS program, with Intuitive Machines working on its Nova C lander for the IM-1 mission. That company previously said IM-1 would launch later this year, but haven't provided a specific date. Oh, goodness. Let me see if there's anything interesting here, because it's a monster. Nearly 5 meters in diameter and capable of delivering 500 kilograms of payload to the lunar surface. So, now I guess we're going to have to wait and see what this thing's really doing, because we have no idea what this payload is. They keep saying there's some kind of payload, but they don't say what's on the payload, or what they're doing, or what the mission is, or what the curiosity is, or what the science is. Everything is missing from this article. So there's that. All right, let's see what I have here. I have another link here. Oh, right. A couple days ago, we had the sun burps out a flare in a new stellar photo. So our solar neighbor has been singing out bursts like this all week. The sun is a beehive of flaring activity in a stunning new photo from a NASA spacecraft. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory caught the sun in action as it flung a moderate-sized space flare. Hey, go away. Okay. Into space on Wednesday, April 20th. The flare was just one of dozens of plasma projectiles that the sun generated in just a few hours. This particular flare peaked Wednesday at 9:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. NASA officials said in a release. The agency didn't provide a specific forecast associated with the event, but stated that the solar flares are powerful bursts of energy. Flares and solar eruptions can impact radio communications, electric power grids, navigational signals, and pose a risk to spacecraft and astronauts. While NASA did not share a forecast associated with the event, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration advised that there is a moderate possibility of auroras in the next 24 hours. So that was, the last 24 hours. So I guess maybe some parts of the world that normally don't get an aurora might have gotten an aurora in the past couple of days. That's cool, I guess. I guess it's better than everybody losing their internet like I did just a few moments ago. And Son of a Red Shirt says, Pop, Spockney, Trek, and of course Bird, gentlemen, how's your day? I hope you're doing well. So that's that. That son of ours. It sure likes to do stuff, huh? Okay, well, this is breaking news. No one cares about the new episodes of Picard. It is poorly written, nostalgia bait, garbage show, fake Trek. Yep. Thanks for the news report. That's all we have to say on that one. I don't know what this was for. Oh, that was when I was just looking at things. Sounds like, Feliciana says, sounds like something for Nutty News. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of like that, isn't it? And, I didn't even realize that the Orville had any trading cards, but apparently they have some here for season 1. They've got, I think they got them for all the episodes. Yeah, so there's one for Old Wounds. There's 2 for Old Wounds. Really? Okay. How many? Okay, so they got multiple cards for each episode. That's pretty neat. Right. You don't need to fear the banana. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, that's fun. And one neat thing I found is that Scott Grimes, somebody made a Scott Grimes YouTube channel that has all of his music, all of the music stuff he does. Like I probably can't play much of it, but I could play like a couple seconds. So he does like music. Scott Grimes. So all of the anytime you see him singing or playing music on the Orville, it is him really doing it. So it isn't him faking it. Like a lot of times the actors can not do music, so they just pretend to, and there's like an overlay. But it's always Scott Grimes. Anytime you see Gordon, doing anything musical, that's really him. So that's Scott Grimes fans, if you're interested in ever hearing his music. And I'm running out of things, so I'll probably be closing this down soon. Oh, am I already at the end there? Yeah. Okay. So this was just a test to see what I could do. But Bird of Prey 5 was here, so let's see what I have for Bird. Did I just do Bird? I'm looking at my commands. Oh, I guess I could share this tab instead. Here, you can see my commands. Why not? Oh yeah, I did do it, Bird. Okay, so I saw Bird here. So I can do that. And that way when I'm actually doing a review that's more intensive than just sitting around doing nothing, I can still share channel links and continue with my review without worrying about it. So sub to Bird of Prey 5 for all your Star Trek needs. You gotta hear about what's going on in New Trek, but you don't want to watch it yourself. Let Bird of Prey 5 watch it for you, and then watch his reviews about it, and that's pretty fun. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy not having to watch it myself. It's a lot more relieving to hear it third hand, and it's actually kind of entertaining. Whereas he makes it entertaining when it's not really entertaining. And Captain Cockney Spock says he is not here, and this isn't happening. This really isn't happening. This is just a test. Who knows if I'll even keep this? It's just for fun. Son of a Richard says, Jill commands. Not the first time she's ever uttered those two words together. Jill commands. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Thanks everybody for coming today to this test stream. Indeed, especially when she is aboard. Yeah, when I'm aboard, you better get things done quick. And let's see what else I did here. And I think for Captain Trek, I have Trek. I don't remember if I did this one earlier or not. But the great thing about this is I don't have to copy and paste it from a notepad anymore. That's the easiest part. So Captain Trek's little link is right here. Captain Trek. Check him out in the morning. Gotta catch him quick when you wake up in the morning and have a coffee. Oh man, I have a lot of coffee over here that I have not had a chance to drink. And Star Trek does rock. Thank you so much, Rabbit's Lookout. I agree. Star Trek rocks, and so would anybody who came on the panel. Oh, hello. Speaking of somebody coming on the panel, hello to Son of a Red Shirt.
Hello, Jill. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. Just doing a little test stream, testing out my Stream Element spot.
I know. Is this going to be a new show you're doing, the Plomeek Tea Time?
Yeah. Well, yes. I went through about 7 websites very quickly. So in less than 20 minutes, I went through 7 websites. So now I know I need to collect like 21 websites in order to make a full show. So this was a good experiment for that.
Yeah. Well, the first couple are always experimental, whether they're TV shows, plays, movies, your first time out there. It's always a bit of a hit and miss property. I was glad to see you on. Regretfully, I couldn't have made it on before. I'm sorry. I just had a bunch of things going on, and I saw you were still on it. Just as soon as I start hitting, okay, how do I get the StreamYards on my phone? Put it in. I could hear you on YouTube going, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. And I go, oh my God, if I actually get StreamYards to get on the phone like 2 seconds before she hangs up, then okay, well, that's my bad. That's on me.
That's okay. No, I had just gotten through my material. I didn't have enough material for a very long show, apparently.
No, but it's easy to burn through when you're on your own too, right? Because you got
Right,
nobody to
exactly.
bounce things off of and everything. You're just reading, and after a while, you're just reading stuff straight off the or the screen.
The website,
You know,
yeah, that's what I
The
did too.
teleprompter.
The teleprompter.
But
Well, when I have my
teleprompter.
reviews, I have my notes and I know what I'm gonna say, and I know, I can respond to whomever I'm doing a review with.
Well,
This is a
speaking
lot
of
less
prompter,
structured.
Speaking of prompter, was that Cockney's voice I hear in the background? I can't tell because
Oh,
the
I
stream
hope
element
not.
spot is hiding
I hope not.
is hiding his visage, the handsome Michael Caine visage that we've all come to know and love Spockney for.
It's all a mask. Cockney's not here. It's just a bad dream you're having.
We're all just Darius's bad dream.
We are. Well, I was going to say cosmic, but yeah, bad. That works.
Oh, cosmic is better. Maybe we're a good dream. I don't know.
Darius was a 4-year-old gibbon living in the Boston Zoo. I believe we're all a figment of his imagination. However,
Yep.
I maintain my independence. I maintain my identity. I maintain my... I got nothing. I'm just shooting from the hip.
That's it. Nice dream. Nice dream, buddy.
That's right. And I'm glad to see Cockney showing up for Jill's first Plomeek Tea Time. Why did you choose the name Plomeek Tea Time?
Well, the reason why I chose it is because I basically have a Vulcan kind of theme going with all of my shows. Like my review show is, Infinite Lunch and Infinite Combination. So that's like IDIC. And that's
I
the one
love
that
that
everybody
title,
knows.
by the way. If I never said anything to you before, Infinite Lunch and Infinite Combinations.
Infinite Combinations.
Wonderful.
That is a good.
You got to get you have to have a photo of I don't know what you guys in the States call it. We got them up here, the Mandarin, the Chinese buffet, where you can get like 200 different dishes. Like one of these, like any buffet, I guess. But they're up here in Canada. They're the most famous for the Mandarin. They're like 50 chain restaurants. But they're not half bad. If you got family from out of town and you just want to feed them and shut them up, take them there because they'll find something they like. Even if for $20, all they come back with is a plate of onion rings. So you get what you want.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Shut up.
Well, we have a hibachi grill, which is a regular buffet, Asian buffet.
Oh.
And is Raymond Feliciano here in the stream?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Oh, hey, yeah, welcome, Raymond.
Hi, how you doing? Hey, guys.
Hello, Raymond.
How you doing?
Good afternoon. How are you today, brother?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Listening while working.
Are you working from home?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's great.
And that's the best way to do it if you can. If you got the work, you got the time, crack it on, leave it in the background. That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
King Dolphin's been burning up the airwaves too. I haven't had a lot of time in the last couple of weeks. I got like some medical things I got to deal with, but I haven't been able to drop in on everybody's streams the way I like. And I know I've been missing out on the action on King Dolphin TV. I know the other day he had Janet from Another Planet on, I believe.
Oh yeah, she was good.
That's an interesting.
She had a lot of good artwork. It's been we've been hopping. Tomorrow's just going to be the normal madness. The 30th is going to be I can't believe it's already 6 months already that I've been doing this. So we're going to do something big next week for my 6 months.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And then
give us a little taste, brother. What do you got in store? Is it going to be a science fiction themed show, a potpourri of what's going on in the world today? Are you going to center on Russian ballet? I don't know. What's going to be the gist
potpourri?
of the episode?
I think it's going to be just the usual madness, and I'm going to try and get some special guests.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody could do it, buddy, it's you. You get some of the most interesting people on. I may have never heard of some of them before. But the very first time I think I stumbled on your channel, you had a wonderful interview with, this is embarrassing because I completely forgotten their names. They were both in the Air Militia, I think.
They were in Civil Air Patrol. They were in Civil Air Patrol. I was doing the 80th anniversary.
Cap, Civil Air Patrol. Okay.
Yep.
And you had a major, I believe, on, or a lieutenant colonel?
I had a lieutenant
I'm not-
colonel and a cadet.
Yes, and the lieutenant colonel, very, very interesting, knowledgeable gentleman. But I got to say, I think everybody was particularly impressed with that young cadet. She was all of like 16 years old, and boy, did she have her head screwed on right.
Oh,
She's going places.
Yeah, she does. I think when she gets the highest cadet program award, which is the spots, when she finally gets it, and it's going to be a when, it's not an if. I'm going to have her back on so she could tell us about her journey.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good. Then you can connect those live streams together, like the title cards. When you watch one live stream, then go to the one where she then at the end of that live stream have a card to go to the one where she gets her goal.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to be there. I'm going to try and get a video of when she gets it awarded, because that's a big deal. She's going to. It's one of those. It's either going to be a senior Air Force officer or probably a senator. That's how important this is, because they're not just going to have any person awarded. It's going to be awarded by somebody who is somebody. So
yeah, that shows how big a deal it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very much so.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
Spockney, if you get a chance, drift on by next time he has her on. I know you enjoy a bit of military talk, and
I love the military talk. Give me all the military talk, all of it.
That's actually I think when I look at my views, that's actually the highest. That's actually one of the highest views.
Yeah, and you know what? You handled it like an absolute pro. You kept asking them interesting questions. The chat was on point. They were coming up with some great stuff. I always get a little scared when I see something like this. I don't take it the wrong way, and I'm not trying to jinx you or anybody else that wants to have people of a like-minded profession on. But I get this thing where, like, I got a feeling that somebody's going to start in with the smart ass questions. Like asking just inappropriate stuff or whatever, try to be funny. But no, everybody was just had great questions. If you have Cockney on, then just shut it down, because the inappropriate questions are going to fly.
I'm not going to go there with the time travel, but I've got to say, son of a red shirt, when Einstein the dog goes a minute into the future, he disappears for a minute. You know why? Because he went a minute into the future. Just hold on to that thought. And we'll pick it up later. Just hold on to it. Einstein, minute into the future, disappears for a minute. Hold on to that. Shh, it's fine. Shh, doesn't matter. Hold on to the thought. I'm just back to the conversation. Don't mind me.
Okay. But yeah, son of a red shirt. I think I've got great wrenches that they actually. I've got a fantastic producer. I got
Raymond.
Fantastic. Yes, sir.
I've got a question. May I ask you something about Dolphin Wars?
Yeah.
Does it have any time travel?
No, I do not do time travel.
All right, as you were.
No, thank you. But yeah.
If we asked you nicely, could you incorporate time travel into?
No, we want less time travel. Can everyone stop this? If you can't do it properly, looking at you, Pew Card.
Time travel has never been a concept in the Dolphin Wars.
Boom, there you go.
Fair enough. I'm only teasing because just in case anybody in the chat is unaware, we have possibly YouTube's greatest single authority on time travel sitting here with Captain Cockney. I don't know anybody else that has spent more time researching, especially from the perspective of one particular film.
We're obsessed
and
with
I'm talking about Back to the Future.
But it's not just me. There's a whole bunch of us. There's a time travel team picking it apart. Dalek has found a third Marty McFly. There are now 3 confirmed. That's right. You heard me. 3 Marty McFlys in Back to the. Don't even. That's not an opinion. That is a fact. 3. Looking at you, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. There are 3. There's Marty A and there's Marty B. They are separate people. Don't get me started. I do not want to hear it. Thank you and good night.
I subscribe.
Yeah.
I subscribe to the Ron Stoppable theory of time travel. If it says
Here we go.
time travel, and I'm going to screw up the line. You got to watch the movie. Time travel, a series of unexplainable or something paradoxes.
We solve the paradoxes. And I know it's a bold claim. I know how that sounds. But a paradox is the truth standing on its head to get your attention. And there's three solutions.
Cockney solves the paradoxes by not allowing them to exist, because when you go to the past, you create a new timeline.
Or you always went back. Either way. So there's two elegant solutions.
or you were always meant to go back. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And thanks to Jill, we've got Silly on the Edge of Forever locked down. Any questions about that, speak to Jill. She's confirmed that, like Back to the Future, there's more than one timeline. You see, Kirk A is in timeline B, so it would have been Kirk A knocking boots with Edith B. But no, Jim, the taxi. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
But the only problem is that the writers didn't know about it.
They didn't know about what, Jill?
The writers didn't know that there was another timeline, so they didn't never fix the timeline
so they never talked about it. The one question I have about these alternate timelines that comes out, I don't know if this is an answerable question or not, but did that timeline always exist, just in a different form, or did it spring into existence because of the action?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
the two answers.
If you go with quantum mechanics, it's going to. If you follow quantum mechanics, which hurts my head all the time, the new timeline starts at the point of digression.
There you go. So that's inner logic.
Just to have it clear.
Yes.
This new timeline starts with regression. So is this a separate,
moment of arrival,
separate timeline?
That's what a lot of
and if it's a separate timeline,
the moment Marty arrives in 1955, Marty A creates timeline B. Dalek will explain it. If only Dalek was here. Oh, hi, Dalek.
Speaking of.
Speaking of Dalek.
Hail, Dalek.
Yes, hello, Dalek 451. How are you doing today?
Now look, I just want to say this. I'm just popping in just to say that whole three Martys thing. I didn't come up with that. I was just simply going by the logic of the good captain's theory.
The logic. See, the logic. That's the word here. Spock himself were here, Mister, not Doctor. You know what I'm talking about. It's inner it's perfectly. The logic is perfect. That's the thing. We discovered it. We didn't invent it. It's not opinions. That's what I'm really trying to emphasize. It's perfectly logical. It's perfect. It's airtight. We've got it locked down.
Okay, so just so I'm on the same page as you guys, a new timeline exists that's separate from the old timeline, meaning they can't exist at the same time in the same place. So it's a whole new universe that is created by an entire universe that is created by this one action. And not just created,
back in time.
Instantaneously created.
Yeah, it's inevitable. It's logic dictates that. That's the only thing. That's the whole thing. The only thing that could have occurred is what you just said. That's the whole thing. If you follow, it's a thought experiment. Not only is it a possibility, it's inevitable. Logic says so. Either that or you're already there the whole time. That's the other option, the 12 Monkeys option. But don't worry about that now. Stick with what you just said. Yes, what you just said is correct. That's every time Marty or Kirk go back in time, they create a new timeline. Now, pushing your dad out of the tree, this is the misconception. This is what a lot of people don't get. They're not at Dalek's level, or Jill, or anyone here, right? Knocking your dad out of the tree does not create another timeline. Calm down. Marty A is in timeline B. Now, knocking his dad out of a tree obviously is going to create a further divergence in the content of the timeline, but it's still timeline B. Marty A, there's no disappearing hand. This is the paradox that we've knocked out. There's no disappearing hand. Marty A is preventing the Earth the birth, the birth on Earth, the birth of Marty B. He's preventing Marty B. His hand isn't going to disappear. Marty A is always Marty A. Back to you, Dalek, in the studio.
Yeah, and when he thinks that he's
Can I? Why do you keep? Okay, can I? Why do you keep making
Sorry,
the same mistake over and over again? Marty didn't knock his dad out of the tree. I mean, what he did, he saved his dad from being hit from being hit by the car. That's what Marty did.
Exactly.
He had nothing to do with his dad falling out of the tree.
Exactly. Pay attention. But the point is, the whole fuss about
I just got a notice that came up.
Sorry, go on.
Time travel. I just got a notice in my recommends here that I saw. It says T-Rex has put out a new album called 1972. Who knew T-Rex was still going? I thought Mark. Oh shit! What's his name? Mark.
What kind of music does T-Rex do?
You don't know T-Rex?
No, I don't know anything about T-Rex.
I don't either.
Oh wow! Look up T-Rex. Do yourself a favor. You
What
won't be
genre?
disappointed. I promise.
What genre of music is it?
Well, it's British rock and roll, I guess, from the 70s, late 60s, early 70s. I'm not sure where T-Rex got their start, but they rose to prominence in the early 70s. I'm sure of that. I mean, I was a little kid when they were popular.
Hey, if you want a band that brings back memories of the 70s music, the good 70s music, or more of the avant-garde rock stuff, check out Blues Pills. They're a Swedish band.
Blues Pills.
Blues Pills and T-Rex.
Yes.
Wow. That could add some fun stuff to my playlist.
Yes.
Bang a Gong. I'm trying to remember old T-Rex hits. She's so sweet.
Ospity in the chat says that he's a USAF veteran. He served in support of operations Just Cause, Desert Shield and Desert Storm, and was a civilian contractor over in Iraq during OIF.
Thank you, OSPDI, for your
Thank you for your
from a fellow
service.
Air Force vet.
Cheers, brother. Good on you. Good on you. And I just wanted to take a quick note of Jill's reading of his credentials here. USAF veteran here. Served in operations.
1 and 2.
Served in support of operations Just Cause, not Just Cause, because that has a different connotation.
Important distinction.
The American military operation Just
That
Cause.
was CIA.
Just because we can.
Just cause. Well, it kind of threw me off because that's the name of Raymond's show.
I think sending javelin missiles to Ukraine, that should be called Operation Just Cause. Why? Because we can, Putin. Because we can. Oh, that's a stinger.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a stinger. Come on, that was a nice one.
Yeah.
Speaking of a nice one, I Love Food is talking about, has anyone seen Mike Tyson getting jiggy with that jokester on the airplane?
He got all Will Smith with that annoying passenger, didn't he? Come on, that was a nice one. Slap. Oh. Well, they're all doing it now, aren't they? Will Smith set a legal precedent. You can now physically assault anyone that annoys you. It's been said. It's called the Will Smith statute, basically. You go out, knock the shit out of anyone that annoys you. I tell you what, it's a good job these YouTube panels are set in separate rooms, Dalek?
Well,
we'd all be getting slapped.
Yeah, exactly.
Cockney, I'm just saying, Marty's hand should have disappeared. Ow, what the hell, Cockney? Well, I'll tell you, I run time travel around here. You motherfucker, you.
Did I? Hey, come on. Did
I? Lucky for Marty.
Did I ever say Marty's hands have disappeared?
Not you. I'm talking about hypothetical other people, not a specific other person. No, that's what I'm saying. You get it, darling. I was about to hand myself in, so I've gone mad. But then, darling, show me the paperwork. We reached the same conclusions independently. Logic is logic, people. Yeah.
Yeah, so when Marty A is saving the parents, he's really putting the parents together. He's really making sure that Marty B can be born.
Marty B, the altogether different, the completely different, separate person, Marty B. They're different people. I'm surprised they've even got the same name, as Scotty points out. Timeline B. It's the Kelvin timeline, isn't it? Because it's Kelvin Klein. But Doug, that means he's a completely different person. There's two Martys. But Doug, that's impossible. No, it's inevitable. That is so. I got a video. There's two Martys. There's two Martys. We're completely different people. You don't get it. Hi, I'm Marty A. I'm in timeline B. Hi, I'm Marty B. I'm also in timeline B. You may have seen us both on screen together at the same time near the end of the movie. We're two complete. Why do they not get Marty? Why do they don't get it, do they? We're two completely different people. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, hi, Jen. Marty,
Gotta look.
So heavy. Who the fuck are you? Oh, I'm Doc Brown. No, I'm Doc Brown. Fuck you are. What the? You're about to die. Hey, if you see a van full of Libyan terrorists, tell them I said hi. What? Nothing.
You know, that takes a lot of dedication to buy two of those Playmate sets just so you can do that.
Well, they make two different Doc Browns because they know there are two Doc Browns. Playmobil know what's up. They know the fucking deal. There's two Martys. In fact, there's three. Don't. But I'll tell you what. See, the thing is, no, Son of a Red Shirt, not here. But the sequel cannot have happened because when they went to the future, they disappeared like Einstein the dog. Don't maybe get me next to sketch Son of a Red Shirt with your they can go back later nonsense. They can go back later, but they didn't. They weren't there to go back later. You know what I'm talking about, Red Shirt, not here.
Take your word on that one, my friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love food in the chat says, did Iraq have a formidable air force?
Ooh.
Wait, was Desert Storm the illegal war where a bunch of people were killed based on a lie?
No, it was not.
The other one.
No, Desert Storm was the good one. You're talking about
it was the good one.
Iraqi liberation, but it spelt out oil, which is why they freedom. Yeah, that Desert Shield was the good one. That Gulf War one, we're all behind that pretty much. But the other one, Tony Blair, war criminal. Anyway, never mind. Moving on. Still looking for those weapons, Tony. 20 years later, no weapons of mass destruction. Oh dear, Tony. Whoops.
The guy that actually killed Nicole Brown Simpson is hiding them in his basement. O.J. Simpson's on his way to find them.
Oh, this is turning into a right old controversial show. I thought I was going.
Yeah. This would have been controversial in 1992.
Yeah, right. When Norm Macdonald was saying the same thing.
Having said that, Bill Hicks was doing skits on the first Gulf War about Iraq having no weapons. He died in 94, and his skits are totally relevant for the second Gulf War. We have no weapons. Anyway, moving on. La la la.
I Love Food also says, the funny thing is, people in the comment section are defending what Mike did. Some people who denounced Will, maybe? Weird. Goldfish memories.
See, that's a good logical point. Is physical assault on a complete stranger right or wrong, no matter how annoying they are? Is it the degree of annoying? Come on, that was a nice one. And that wasn't a slap. That was several punches to the head from Mike Tyson. I mean, that's not It's not quite the same category as a bitch slap from Will Smith now, is it? A backhander from Will, a haymaker from Mike Tyson. I'm surprised the guy still had a head after that. I'm surprised there wasn't just a stump in his neck. Oh, I guess I said too much.
Yeah, he, at the very least, a very bad concussion.
And just to answer Rabid Slug, I only like them in my mouth.
What was that?
Do you like fish sticks?
All right, just checking. Come on now, it's a family show.
It's a South Park thing.
I was going to say no South Park fans here.
South Park, man, I've been
How am I a gay fish? How does that make me a gay fish?
Well, I got some Indigo Girl CDs and some Birkenstocks.
Huh.
I hate you guys.
Sorry, a little distraction. Looking out my window, a fleet of fire trucks are going down the road.
Oh, well, I hope they make it and save everyone in trouble. But fleet, that's serious.
Yeah, well, I say fleet. 4 big trucks and at least 3 of the van type things, and they all seem to be headed to Peter Gastis' building. I live down the road from him.
4 is definitely a fleet. I only ever see 1 fire truck going anywhere.
Generally, yeah. I take notice of these things. My ex-brother-in-law's a fire captain at the fire hall down the road from where I live. And whenever I see those things, I can't help but stick my head out the window and say, "Hey, buddy, what the fuck? Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing?" No, I'm just... Ow! It's a joke you don't get, and one because of pain medication I think is funny. So excuse me.
Oh, well, that reference I do know. This is from the Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Where did they steal it from?
I don't know where they stole it from. I'm sure they stole it from something.
Saturday Night Live.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. The catchphrase he had years ago. Well, excuse me. I can never get the right connotation.
That's exactly right. That's how I remember it from the cartoon anyway. Because I really love Legend of Zelda. The cartoon wasn't very good, but that was one of the little clips they said.
I've seen that.
Excuse me, princess.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Hey, princess.
So,
excuse me.
And I Love Food also says that the guy who insults my wife deserves more than a slap than the guy annoying me.
Oh, I'd have to check the footage. I thought the guy that got the punch in the head was more annoying, but I thought his punishment was more out of, I don't know, degrees. Maybe all the YouTube spats should be resolved with physical violence. Maybe that is the way forward in society then. If someone says it on YouTube, something you don't like, maybe that's how to resolve the Deckard. Is Deckard a replicant? We're going to find out via the medium of ultra-violence.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just thinking, Dalek, I know how you feel, I promise. So, just note to everyone here, do not discuss the Deckard question in front of Dalek. He doesn't like it. Everyone else.
That's the one pop culture theory he doesn't want to talk about.
Shut the fuck up about Deckard, not here.
No, don't give a shit. No, it's the one I don't give a shit about. No.
So red shirt, zip it, bag of shushes. Come on, red shirt, cut it out. Stop it.
Come on. I'm messing with you,
Captain. With the Deckard shit. Ixnay on the Eckard day.
You know I'm messing with you.
Hey, son of a red shirt, please, not here, not now. First the time travel, now Blade Runner. Not in front of the Dalek. I told you, not here. Not on the Kill Show. Oh.
Rabbit's like Ouchie says, what theory?
Yeah, right, exactly. Nothing. La la la. Moving on. Anyway, so back to illegal wars. Anyway, so how about that Ukraine? Whoa. Anyway, isn't it?
Are you illegal wars? You mean all of the wars?
Some are more legal than others. Come on, I'm from Poland.
Some are more legal than others. Well, but according to the Constitution, you're supposed to declare wars.
Yeah, well, Falklands War, brilliant. Actually, a war, more of a conflict. Gulf War 1, yeah, pretty good. Gulf War 2. What was it actually? Just be more honest. It wasn't even about the oil, but more anyway. Petrodollar monopoly. Anyway, not now. Anyway, anything but Blade Runner. So, no weapons 20 years later. Why isn't Tony Blair being tried at The Hague for war crimes? For indeed committing an illegal invasion of a sovereign nation that was no threat to anyone over a lie, over non-existent weapons of mass destruction that definitely did not exist. Tony Blair, you are a war criminal. The blood of dead babies is on your hand. Anyway, back to the Blade Runner. No, whoops. Anyway, so what you're saying?
Rapid Slagowski says, "Yay, war!
Yay, war!" Well, I just wanted to see how the T-14 Armata would work under combat conditions, and so far the Ruskies haven't fielded one. They're still stuck with their fucking T-72s, T-80s, and frickin' T-90s. I want to see some exciting new tanks.
And I Love Food says, "The amount of physical violence Deckard took, he has to be a replicant."
No, don't. I said not here. No, that's not true, because for him to think he's a human, he can't be superior. Look, I'll answer that question on my chat. Not here. Not in front of the... Oh, no. Look, that's a really good point. That's not... There is no answer for that. Not here. Don't. Go get these to Doomcock.
Hey, look. Why should I be wanting to stop you talking about what you want to talk about?
It's ironic, isn't it? All we said was, don't talk about Blade Runner. And see, they can't help it. Hot topic number one on the internet.
Well, the chat loves to talk about it.
Everyone on YouTube seems to have an opinion on the Deckard question. That's what I realise is the big deal, is the fact that everyone's got an opinion, everyone disagrees, and everyone thinks they've solved it. It's so funny. Everyone thinks they've got the final answer, no one agrees. Ha 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 ha!
Yeah, well, okay. Well, what do you think is the answer everyone should agree on?
I don't care. I don't want to talk about it when Dalek's here.
Okay, we'll talk about it later then.
You just simply want to debate it forever.
Dalek, that's what gets me to this day. I bet it's going to happen now. People in the chat going, he's a replicant, or indeed he's a human. Like, oh, that's it, is it? 40 years of debate, books have been written, essays, people have died answering this question. Doomcock's done a 3-hour video, 2 years of Doomcock's life, and he's a human.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's it.
That's right. Doomcock did do it.
Very much.
He did He did a great video.
My point is kind of an essay answer. You can't just go da-da-da-da-da. It's like, 40 years of debate. Well, that's it. I guess Doomcock's been wasting his time. Because my point is that
he did a pretty good video on it. 30 minutes.
Exactly. But remember, Burnett made a counter-argument video. He said Doomcock's a hipster. I mean, that's a solid...
I couldn't care less what people think about this. I couldn't care less.
I know, now I like debating it.
I couldn't care less what people think about this.
I know. Exactly. Stop talking about it. Move on, everyone. Anyway, so how's that war going? I mean, I've got the kettle on. So I'm glad it's your show, Jill. So what we talking about?
I'm glad that somebody's making tea, because I've actually been drinking coffee.
Yeah, tea Earl Grey. I normally start the day with a
drinking coffee on Plomeek tea time number 1? Jill, I'm so ashamed.
Here's a question.
It's American tea.
All right, here's a question for everybody. Well, here's a question for everybody. Who here watches anime?
Battle of the Planets.
I know you don't, Captain, but
I watched Battle of the Planets, the first anime. You weren't there in the late 70s, Dalek. You don't know what it was like. G-Force.
You're right.
Keop.
You're right.
Jason,
I wasn't there in the set.
Tiny. Mark, the other one.
Right.
7 Zark 7. Princess. I've don't like anime. You get back. You come here and say that, Dalek.
I like a lot. I like a lot of.
You've never watched G-Force.
I like a lot of older shows. I do.
Dalek, what is your favorite anime?
I love a lot. There's a lot of stuff for that. I like.
Dalek 451. What is your?
That's a very.
Yeah. or at least one
That's
of
a
them.
very hard one for me to answer. I've got to.
I love food. We must
favorite-
talk later on my channel.
I don't know, I know my favorite long-running anime at the. If you ask me which one was my most favorite long-running anime, I would say One Piece.
Oh, One Piece. Yeah, I've heard of that one. People do talk about that one, so it's probably a good choice. What is One Piece about?
This One Piece is about. One Piece is about this young guy called Monkey D. Luffy, he sets out to sea to become a pirate, he's searching for a legendary treasure called the One Piece,
He's a pirate named
along,
Monkey.
Yeah, he's a pirate called Monkey D. Luffy. Whatever. Yeah, I know. But that's the way the naming system works in the world of One Piece.
What's his name again?
Look, the oceans in One Piece. It's like most of the world in One Piece is one enormous ocean, and those oceans are teeming with pirates. And Luffy goes out, is on a quest on a journey to find the One Piece and become the coveted title of King of the Pirates.
All right. Okay, sounds like an adventure.
It is an adventure. And he forms along the way he meets all these great he builds a crew. He has his first mate Zoro, his navigator Nami.
Take care, Rabbit Slug.
Yeah. See you later, Rabbit Slug Ouchies.
And his crew.
Send Kronos over if you get a minute.
I love food. Even if you're skidding, you got me thinking now. Maybe he was more strong than anyway. Yep. Sorry to say the what.
But here's the weird. It sounds like a really typical adventure story, doesn't it? Like, pirates, treasure, but here's the weird thing. There was. In the world of One Piece, they have these mystical objects called devil fruits, and if you eat a devil fruit, you gain a special a weird and wonderful ability. And Luffy, when he was a little kid, he ate something called the gum fruit, and once he ate it, his whole body literally turned to became rubber.
Isn't not One Piece also, haven't they broken the 1,000 episode mark?
Yes, recently.
1,000 episodes. So
they've
if I
now
wanted
passed
to watch this, it would be quite
There's 1,000 episodes of this series. Yes.
Jeez, there's only
and they're 22 minutes long each.
They're about 22, 25 minutes long. Yeah.
Roughly like an average half-hour long episode when you take out the commercials or the time they allot for commercials. If you take about 22 minutes.
Yeah, if you take out commercial breaks and the commercial breaks and maybe take out the end and opening credits, it's like 22 minutes. Yeah, each episode's about that long.
So hugely popular.
Oh, it's immensely
at least
popular.
in its native Japan. Yeah, I didn't hear about it until about a year ago.
One Piece is huge. It's immensely popular. It's been one of the biggest animes of all time.
What?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Still doesn't stack up to G-Force or Gatchaman.
What could?
There's an anime for you, kids. Do you remember G-Force? Anybody?
5 acting as 1. Battle of the Planets.
Yep, I
Battle
remember
of the
that one.
Planets. The American title, yeah.
G-Force 5.
I mean,
Axis
when I hear
1.
G-Force, I think of computer stuff. You know,
Oh.
there's like G-Force
Yeah.
computer
I think Force of Breath.
products.
Oh, it's so old. That name's been used a couple of times, but sure. That was my entry to Japanese anime. Had to be G4. That or the Space Battleship Yamato.
Oh yeah,
The,
Star Blazers.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Okay, all right. I get. Look, I get it. I have heard of some of these older anime, and I do mean to. I would love to watch them sometime.
I know I'm dating myself, but I grew up with Astro Boy.
Astro Boy, yeah, fair enough. You're absolutely right. Astro Boy and Speed Racer.
Yep, I grew up
Those
with
two I remember quite well together. I think they used to play them back to back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Go Speed Racer,
right.
go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer,
Wow,
go.
you people really are old school when it comes to anime.
I think they played
People.
Speed Racer on Cartoon Network a long time ago. When they used to have 24-hour Cartoon Network used to have 24-hour cartoons. I think
Yes,
that's where I saw that.
good 24-hour cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
But that was way back in the day, back when MTV used to play music. That's how long ago that was.
Yeah,
No, I'm
true.
teasing.
Listen,
It might have even
Okay,
been
I got-
after.
okay, I gotta drop out. I got my tea is here, so I gotta go.
Take care, Dalek.
All right,
Okay,
man.
thank you, guys. Thank you, Dalek, for
Get your
stopping
nosh
by.
on.
Thanks
Thank you
for
for-
talking to us about your
It was-
anime, One Piece.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could really go into detail about it because seriously, there's so much
Mhm.
there's so much to know about One Piece. So it's such
Well,
a
yeah, with
you know,
1,000 episodes.
over
I can
1,000
imagine.
episodes, so many different arcs, all the great characters, and all the weird and all the incredible different abilities that you get from eating a devil from devil fruits and all the
Yeah.
and all the other
So, yeah,
and
'cause
enemy
I
and
guess
villainous pirates, villainous pirates, corrupt marines. It's an incredible series.
7 hours.
That's right.
Actually, yeah.
Fill up
You know
7
what?
hours.
That could fill up. One Piece alone could probably fill up a whole 7 hours. Just talking about One Piece.
There you go,
Well, there
buddy.
you
You got
go.
material
Hey.
for the next show.
Take care, Dalek.
Yeah,
Alright, I
have a
gotta
great
go.
day.
I'll see you, Joe. See you, Captain. See you, Raymond. See you, Son of a Richard.
Take care, brother. Be well.
Bye.
Okay.
Such a passionate chap when it comes to the anime.
Oh yeah.
Really. Oh, you can hear it in his voice. Like the love just pours out. Like he can't help himself. He just, once you get him on that's what he's going to be talking about. I
Yeah.
saw him and Raquel SSG the other day, and she's another great one for anime. You want to talk about anime?
Yeah.
Those are two great people to have
Oh,
in
I
the room
love
at the
anime.
same time.
And I love anime. There are 2 shows that I wish they could have gone longer. Well, one show I wish could have gone longer, and I wish they'd do something with Lupin. Lupin the Third.
What's that one about?
It's about a thief. His name is Lupin Arsene the Third. He goes around. He's sort of like a Robin Hood character.
Mhm.
He goes around with a crack shot, a samurai, a gold digger, and they're always being chased by this goofball detective. And they're always they always have. He's more like a Robin Hood. He steals from those that deserve it,
Cool.
while keeping away from the
The
keeping
detective.
away from the detective.
Very neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really watch much anime. So I mean, when I was a kid, I played Pokemon. That's about it.
Well, Jill, you're old enough. Do you remember the animated series of Star Trek?
Yes, I am. But I didn't discover it until later.
Right.
Somewhere in college, I was like, "What? There's a and there's a cartoon of this.
Yeah,
And-
absolutely.
And
Did
I went
any
and
of
watched
you
it all.
Star Trek fans happen to see? Just came out, I think, last week on YouTube. The guy did Next Generation in the style of the animated series, and he
I've
took a
seen
snippet
that,
from
but
Best of Both Worlds.
I've seen it, but I
I'm sorry?
haven't gone to check it out.
Oh, that's a shame. If you get a chance, I mean, if you were a fan of the animated series, if you never saw it before, it'd kind of be lost on you. It would just look like low-grade animation. But the guy nailed it. Everything from finger smudges on the cells to shit like they left the turbo lift door open. And listening to the guy, I was wondering why they did that. And then he goes back and says, well, if you ever watch the animated series, they'd forget that sometimes, that the door would open. And there'd be like whole swaths of them on the bridge with the turbo lift door open, looking at Kirk and stuff like that, talking. He said he put that in as an Easter egg for people who'd pick it up. But the stuff like the insane close-ups on the hero's face, how they run, how they lift up both arms and start pumping them as they run across the screen. Classic stuff.
Yeah, those things never bothered me. I always thought it was a beautiful cartoon.
It was.
Oh, yeah, no, it was great. But it is true. It was done by Filmation.
Right.
And done by Filmation in the 70s, and they were the bargain basement company.
Yeah, they took
if you
shortcuts.
couldn't get Hanna-Barbera money, you went to Filmation.
Mhm.
The Justice League, I think, was a Filmation. I say Justice League. I'm sorry, I'm getting that wrong. Super Friends.
No, that was Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, Hanna-Barbera did Super Friends, but what was the? There was Filmation was famous for a couple of things.
Yeah, they did the Superman. They did the Superman. The original Superman, they did the Batman, they did the Justice League, they did the Teen Titans.
Filmation?
Yes.
Okay, I'm talking about something else, and I've got the wrong name. I'm talking about the animation company from the 70s.
Yeah, that's
that
Filmation.
was famous for their cheap. So they got the job done. Don't get me wrong.
They also did Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah. Okay.
They did the Star Trek one. Oh yeah, they were. When you're a kid, it looks cool. When you're now, it looks cheesy.
I think because of the budget, they did slightly above average Voyage.
Oh yeah.
Below average Voyage.
Not so Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah, quite
mediocre Voyage.
Okay, I guess we saw a couple of things Voyage.
Well, they had to. I guess they had, because that's when the movie Fantastic Voyage came out. So I imagine they had to make some liberties.
All right.
There's going to be a new one. Pretty good Voyage.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Philip Gaming, how you doing, buddy?
Hello.
And he chimes in with the original Ghostbusters and Brave Star.
Yeah.
Brave Star. I remember Brave Star.
I remember Brave Star.
That was cool. That was like the first Native American superhero that had his own show, I think.
Mm.
And technically superhero. He was a Western hero, but like,
Yeah, I think they also did. I think they also did the Lone Ranger.
Oh, really?
Yes, they did the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
God, I am doing.
You're right. I did.
They had an extremely distinctive style. Filmation did, at least in the 70s. Another great company, Gantry Animation, the people that did, what was it, Rocket Robin Hood?
Yeah, I just started watching that, and that.
Seriously.
Okay.
Rocket Robin Hood? You just started watching Rocket Robin Hood?
Oh, this second time around. I watched it when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
But I rewatched a few of the episodes on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, they've got all the episodes on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'd have to go and look up the guy's channel, but I got him in my memory because I'll go there every now and then and just watch a couple of old Rocket Robin Hoods for a laugh, because they were classic. Like you thought the Star Trek animation was low grade. These guys, Little John would lose an eye halfway through a sentence and just keep going. Like literally, his eye would disappear and he'd keep talking. And
Little John had no eyes.
The great.
Or not? No irises.
No irises. Yeah. No pupils, no irises, just circles. Great, but some great stuff, some fun stories. And they also shared a studio with the people that did Spider-Man, the original 60s Spider-Man. And there is one episode in particular where Legend has it, budget constraints or whatever, force them to use all the backgrounds and the villain from one Rocket Robin Hood episode on Spider-Man. This is when legendary animator Ralph Bashki had taken over control.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Precisely. Lord of the Rings, Fritz the Cat,
Cool World.
numerous other Cool World. Yeah, you're right. Ralph Bashki, that was one of his later entries, Cool World.
That's a
fantastic artist. Apparently a bit of an irascible guy, but he knew what he wanted and he'd work hard to get it on the screen. And all that 60s Spider-Man, you'll notice in the 2 seasons, one season it was almost like they pulled it out of an old Steve Ditko comic with the coloring, with, the cityscapes in the background, kind of generic cityscape buildings would be pink or purple or blue or something like that off in the distance. And then Ralph Bashki took over and the whole thing went psychedelic, like it was a bad LSD trip. Where you get like Spidey swinging through skies that just look like tie-dyed murals of artist vomit or something, like just some of the most bizarre caricatures that would come out and stuff. So the villains that never really made it to the comic book, the mad scientists who were head to toe green for absolutely no stated reason whatsoever. He's just the bad guy, so we'll paint him green. That sort of thing. The Great fun. I've got the whole 60s Spider-Man on DVD. I'd love to get the Rocket Robin Hood, the original.
Okay, guys, which one is the best animated Spider-Man?
The 60s.
The 60s was?
Well,
okay.
You know what? Because I grew up with it, my knee jerk is to say the 60s. If you're a true Spider-Man fan, it's a little difficult to watch because Spidey does stuff that he didn't even do in the comics. Like there's one he came up against Blackbeard the Pirate. And Raymond, I'm sure you could back me up on this one. And Blackbeard pulls, or his Bluebeard, I can't remember. He pulls out a sword. So what does Spidey do? He webs himself a sword. Okay.
I don't remember.
Another one, cops got him cornered in an alley. Spider-Man in the comic would just zip a line up to the roof and pull himself up or swing away. Not this time. He webs himself into a giant ball and then flings himself down the alley like a bowling ball and knocks over these cops like they're 10 pins. If you're a hardcore Spider-Man fan, stuff like that is a little difficult to swallow. If you
Transmedia canonical verisimilitude.
Well, there you go. That's
yeah, right. If it's still fun, like I'm enjoying I just got the Star Trek comics from Gold Key. I got the first 6 in a volume collection, and they use way different terminology. You can tell the writers of the comic don't really watch the show, but they still kind of respect that it's a military organization. Somehow they figured that out, and the new Drek can't figure that out. And because of that, it's still fun to read, even though it's a bit ridiculous, and it's still funny. It's good. And so I remember the transmedia canonical verisimilitude. So now I know this is a separate thing, and it's pretty good. Pretty silly, but pretty good.
Yeah, I see Pop chimes in with, don't forget all the live action Filmation stuff. Shazam, ISIS. As I recall, that was the Shazam and ISIS Power Hour.
Yeah.
And you don't hear much about that superhero ISIS anymore for unfortunate
funny
reasons.
that.
Yeah, funny that. Dr. Shrinko, Electro Woman, and Dyna Girl. That's right. I remember Electro Woman and Dyna Girl.
I've heard of them. I've never seen.
Who was Dyna Girl? You know who Dyna Girl was? Oh, it was right on the tip of my tongue. Famous actress. She came out into prominence years later, was in Kiss of the Spider Woman. Fuck me. Oh, her name. Oh, Pop, help me out here, buddy. Who was Dyna Girl? Oh.
Who played Dyna Girl?
Myself when I get the answer. Yeah, who played Dyna Girl? She was a well-known actress for several years. She had some legitimately good movies out there. And just sadly, like with all actors and actresses, once you get past a certain age and they can't cast you as the hot person anymore.
It says here Judy Strangest.
Judy Strange.
Judy Strangest. And who was Dyna Girl? Who was Electro Woman.
The planet's core.
Deirdre. Deirdre. Hold
If
on a
I saw
second
her
here.
picture, I'd be able to
Here,
name the
here,
movies.
here.
Lindsay
I will
Wagner.
share my screen because
Well, Lindsay Wagner's sidekick was
I'm
also famous.
failing at pronunciation right now.
I mean, you're right about hitting the age where you can't play the hot lead anymore, but it's just unfortunately that age is, it's 60 for men and 25 for women.
Deidre Hall,
Tragically, yeah.
she was the one who married Mick Jagger.
You'll have to narrow it down a bit.
Yeah, narrow it down, why don't you? Yeah. Judy Strangis. Strangis.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, I try to
Not
remember what she's
Bianca
doing.
Jagger then.
Not Bianca
very
Jagger, not
unfaithful.
what was supermodel Jerry Hall?
Oh,
She actually
Jerry
has the word
Hall, that's Jerry
supermodel
Hall.
put into her name.
Oh, lovely.
Judy Strangis, she was in a couple of really good 70s movies, and then I don't know, I think she got married or something and just decided not to pursue the career. But Deborah Winger, do you guys remember Deborah Winger?
Oh, yeah.
Deborah Winger was Wonder Girl.
Well,
if I'm
these
remembering
stills, this is
correctly.
like an insight into my nocturnal mind. This is what my dreams look like.
Holy.
Welcome to Nighttime Cockney World. We're inside Cockney's head. Oh no. Oh, well, at least we're not traveling back in time.
Hello, right? Hello in the chat too. It's Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs. Hi, Anti-Derivative Jill. I can't stay, but I wanted to stop in and say hi. Have a great rest of your day. See you around. Hi to panel and chat too.
Hello, Courtney.
And hello
Hey, Courtney.
to you, Courtney. I hope your day is going fantastic. I sincerely do. Dialect wishes he stayed for this conversation. Well, buddy, that's what you get when you duck out for your tea time. You got to learn to nosh and communicate at the same time. Would have loved to have you, but now you're forbidden. You can't come back. There's no, you just can't. I'm sorry, you left.
No,
there is no
you can
choice.
never go home. It's panels like home. You can never go home again.
I'm only
guys,
kidding.
I've got to take off myself. I got to wrap up things here.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised you came in while you're working. So thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, when you're, I had some time that I could. So.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Very cool.
That's pretty cool to see you.
Okay, take care, guys.
I'll make sure to stop by tomorrow on just cause.
Shout out hi to Sandra too.
Oh, sure will. Okay, take care, guys.
And
Cheers,
hi,
mate.
Snoopy too. Bye.
Oh, Snoopy's right here.
Want that Deborah Winger in terms of endearment. I prefer the way you said it first, Courtney. Want that Deborah Winger in terms of giving us an insight into where you're thinking. She then corrects herself with wasn't. Too little, too late, I'm afraid. Let it slip
we're
out
going
of the
with once. You're pretty hot when you get emotional, Deborah.
Yeah. In terms of endearment, what was the one she did with Tom Berenger, where she was the FBI agent, he was like the Ku Klux Klan general or something, and she ended up marrying him or whatever, and she had to bust him or something. Boy, that was a convoluted movie, but I remember sitting up and watching that the whole way through one night.
Not me.
Yeah. A brain like a sieve some days. I really do. Well,
Yes.
if anybody can think of the name of that movie, Jill has a wonderful prize for you. So feel
What
free to
movie are
contact
you
Jill
looking
to
for?
collect.
What movie are you looking for?
It's Deborah
Son of a
Winger
Roach?
and Tom Berenger. If you're out
Tom
Google and you
Berenger.
type in Tom Berenger from Platoon and
I was
Deborah
going to say,
Winger.
it's not Platoon, is it? Clearly.
No.
Don't remember Deborah in that one.
Betrayed.
Betrayed. Okay, yeah, Betrayed. Yeah, that sounds right. Urban Cowboy. I don't know. I remember Urban Cowboy though.
Midnight Cowboy. I'm walking here.
Look, there could be more than one.
Well, Midnight Cowboy was Angelina Jolie's dad. His name's right on the tip of my tongue. And
John Voight. He's got his
John
own
Voight,
identity,
thank you.
you know.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name.
that
I
all
could
he
just
is to
remember his
you?
daughter.
Angelina Jolie's dad. All that acting, and that's all he's reduced.
Well, to be fair, when you blank on a famous person and they've got famous siblings or famous children or whatever, generally somebody from the chat
And
or
that other
audience or
guy,
whatever will
Tom
pipe up and
Cruise's
say,
buddy. I'm walking here, you know, that guy in that movie,
yeah,
you know.
Hoffman.
That's it. Philip Seymour.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
one. Philip Seymour. Old Dusty Seymour.
Dusty.
Yeah.
Dusty Bin.
I remember, yeah, pop culture. You're right. She was in An Officer and a Gentleman, Deborah Winger. She was that. Urban
With
Cowboy.
Richard
Wasn't that
Gere.
the John Travolta movie
I seem to
Where-
remember that, yeah.
where he played a guy like bucking Broncos or whatever that, like the automatic bull or electric bull that was big in cowboy bars 25, 30 years ago. Yeah. Urban Cowboy had Travolta in it.
Hard hat days and honky tonk nights.
Yeah, I was thinking there is a. Have you ever played Sexual Bucking Bronco? But I'd better not go with that one. You could, where you cry out the wrong name, see how long she stays on.
I've done that during sex. That's not good. She doesn't stay on for long. Bronco Billy. There's one of Eastwood's underrated classics. Bronco Billy had his then girlfriend / wife Sandra Lock-in, I believe. And wasn't that the one? Am I confusing Bronco Billy? Didn't he? Oh shit! Because there was one where he ran a circus, like it was a Wild West show. And then there was another one where he was a honky tonk blues singer, and he did his own singing and stuff in the movie too. It actually wasn't bad for what he was doing. He wasn't trying to be Mick Jagger. He was trying to stick to a proper character. Boy, Clint Eastwood. I hate saying stuff like this, but when that guy passes, there's going to be so many week-long movie tributes to that guy. He has done so many movies. And ones we've totally forgotten about, too. Play Misty for Me, I think, was his directorial debut. Was it? Cockney, you'd remember.
Is it? Sure, yeah, let's go with that. Was that with Sandra Lock?
Play Misty for Me was a radio DJ in a lighthouse or something.
DJ. But who was the female lead in that movie?
It says Jessica Walter.
I'm sorry, sweetie. My internet dropped out. You said Water or Walter?
I don't know. It says Jessica Walter.
Jessica
but I don't
Walter.
I don't know if that is the main lead. I'm just looking at the pictures here.
Jessica Walter, yeah, she was the female lead in it. She was most famous in the last few years for being the mother, the matriarch in Arrested Development. But she was
Arrested Development.
That's her.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh my
that's
goodness.
her. Jessica Walter, back when she was, still in her 30s or whatever. If you ever get the chance, check out. Now I'm just blanking on the name, but they did a Doctor Strange movie about 20 years ago, and the same guy from Reanimator, Jeffrey Combs, who Jill, I know you know from Deep Space Nine and Enterprise.
Jeffrey Combs did so many roles on Star Trek.
He did.
I don't even know how many.
Wayoon,
He's just everywhere.
Yeah.
All the Wayoons, of course. and
you're right.
And Android on not an Android, Andorian on Enterprise.
And Shran, Commander Shran, and he had a few kind of faceless roles too on Deep Space Nine, playing the alien of the week. But he was so good they kept having him back. He was like Burgess Meredith to the old Batman series. That whenever he was in town, they'd make time for him. They'd get him in because they just knew it was going to be a great show, just having him in. But Jeffrey Combs, from arguably his most famous movie is the Reanimator series with It's the New Zealand guy that gave us Lord of the Rings.
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson, thank you. I believe Peter Jackson did Reanimator, and it was like his first stab at a horror movie or whatever. And it was great. You get a chance, see Reanimator.
The operative word.
And he was Doctor Strange. He played Doctor Strange in what they were trying to get the Marvel Cinematic Universe off the ground in the 70s. This came out at the same time when the Hulk was on TV and the Amazing Spider-Man, the live-action TV show. Anybody old enough to remember that? Dr. Mordred. Yeah, that's right. They had to change the name because there was some legal thing. But you're absolutely... Sorry, I don't got my glasses on. Anonymous, who this cat I haven't seen in a dog's age. How are you, brother? Good to see you. We don't know each other well, but
Anonymous, and also to Christian Phantom Geek. Hello.
Hail to both of you,
gentlemen. I hope your day is going well. Anonymous. Where I remember this cat from best is remember that time Canadian Spider-Man got so tanked he passed out on his stream like in the middle of a snowstorm or something.
Do we?
And I believe
the Mounties remember.
I was up all night because of that.
That's right. Many of us were. I was sick as a dog that night, but I kept chiming in and checking back in.
Yeah. That was great.
But this guy, he was front and center the whole effing time. What a trooper. What a trooper. Kicks ass for the Lord.
The night that Spidey passed out. Well, actually, we'd have to narrow it down. The particular night that Spidey passed out outside.
Dead Alive is Peter Jackson's. Okay, I'll take your word on that. I'm not the biggest, I'm not the most knowledgeable Peter Jackson fan out there, but I know it's an early Peter Jackson film. I'm 99% sure he did Reanimator. The Frighteners, that was another good movie.
I know with interest, you're good. You've got like an encyclopedia in your brain, basically. You can cross-reference movies by director. But I was thinking, because I'm increasingly trying to rewire my brain to do it more conceptually, like, oh, this movie's about time travel, this one's about parallel universes,
Right.
Get into what, like within Star Trek, I like Mirror Mirror, because that's the one where they go without time travel, but they still go parallel universes.
Sure.
It says Reanimator was directed by Stuart Gordon.
Was it?
Wow.
Yeah. Stuart Gordon, this guy.
This guy right here.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a poster for it.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I think he did Reanimator? Or was I confusing the Frighteners?
Were you?
Could be. It's been so long since I've seen
See what Peter Jackson's done. Besides Lord of the Rings.
King Kong. My gosh, he's got a lot of Lord of the Rings.
You're right. That's the making of the Frighteners. So
wasn't that Michael J. Fox too?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know movies and actors and directors and all that stuff.
Heavenly Creatures, wasn't that a very early
Yeah, you're right. Michael J. Fox, very good.
Heavenly Creatures, that was kind of a story about two young gay Australian girls who were gay in a time where you'd get punished for being gay. Is that the one I'm thinking of? And one of the girls was played by a very, very young Black Widow. Pretty blonde.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. I think that was it. Great Lovecraft movie, Dragon. The Feebles, Bad Taste. Michael J. Fox was in The Frighteners. Gordon also made another great Lovecraft movie, Dagon. And yes, that is Heavenly Creatures. Yeah. Kate Winslet and
the other one.
Yeah. Kate Winslet and the other one. Boy. Man, my brain's turning to mush.
Said my phone.
We fell down with you when that phone fell. Oh, he fell out of StreamYards.
Yeah. He literally fell out of StreamYards. He's that drunk. Boom.
Sorry about that.
And there he is. There
Welcome back.
he is. Hey, lady. I don't get the reference, Pop.
Pop Culture says no, it had the last from Titanic.
Oh, lady from Titanic, I assume.
The last lady.
Not
Yeah. Wow, you're pretty good at this movie stuff.
who? Culture?
No, you.
You.
Well, yeah. Well, also Pop Culture, but you're the one I'm listening to right now. Yeah,
Well, with a
he's
name
really
like
good.
Pop Culture, you can guarantee he knows a few things about pop. Although, and this isn't anything I haven't said to Pop's, well, avatar. I can't say face because we've never met. But I love the name Pop Culture Curator. We all know he started off with us as Super Blubber.
Super Blubber. He'll always be Super Blubberpuss to me.
I get that. I do. But I do like Pop Culture Curator more. And I've told him that I think it's a much more, it's a much more
so vague,
refined.
Could be anybody.
Yes. And
that's
there
what
are
we
a
do.
couple
We're
of
all
pop culture guys out there.
Here. You might as well call yourself generic YouTuber.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not fair. Pop Culture Curator, nobody else is.
I'm harsh.
Whether we are or not, we don't go by that name. He
Super Blubberpuss, that had personality, that had pizzazz.
That was extremely original. I'll give him that. Like, you couldn't confuse him for anybody.
There you go.
It's not like mediocre Blubberpuss was out there bad-mouthing him or something, or, you know, not
mediocre
so Blubberpuss. Or...
You get out of my way, mediocre Blubberpuss. I'm the super version of you.
Yeah, I like both names, but like you said, one of them, you know, gives you a clearer picture of what it is.
Yeah, between friends, Super Blubberpuss was cool, but new people coming in, you kind of you'd have to think like, is this guy crybaby? I don't get the
negative, because you could go, well, who are you to be curating pop? Who elected you the pop of curating pop culture? Who gave you that authority and power?
Anybody can curate pop culture, so why not?
You might as well. To me, you say pop culture curator. I say pop culture gatekeeper, more like. You know what I mean?
Well, an alternate title for him.
Hello.
An alternate title I had for pop culture curator would be the pop culture authority, and that's a real F you to everybody else. If you call yourself
pop culture police,
pop culture police, that's a good one.
Yeah, taking a big club to pick you cars every week. Come here.
Courtney has to leave, so goodbye, Courtney.
Oh.
See you again soon, Courtney.
So sad. Take care, Court. Be well, sweetie.
Pop culture FBI. Come here, Picard. You're fucking nicked.
I wish it was that easy.
Nice. Bad robot, you're done. It's over. Get out of the building. We're blowing the whole thing up.
I mean, wouldn't it be as simple as saying, "Hey, you're not making anybody any money. Get out of here." But I don't know what's going on.
I think, see, pop culture curator, that's your job. Why is Pew Card still going, pop culture? You should have wiped that operation. You should have shut that shit down 5 years ago. Come on now.
Well, that's one of the things I love about Pop. If you get him on a panel and he starts talking or something, people throw him questions. I never forget this one night. He had just adopted the name too. And so Pop, what do you think? You like Star Trek? Oh, I love Star Trek. I grew up watching Spock and Kirk and Scotty and all the boys. Yeah, that's great. What do you think of TNG? Oh, it sucks. I hate it. Huh? But you're pop culture curator. Yeah, you can't hate. You must love to curate. I'm sure. No, it's fucking trash. No,
well, I mean, but there are some Trekkies that are purists. They're for the 79 episodes of Star Trek, and I can respect those Trekkies if they want to go that route.
Oh, yes, and I hope you realize I'm just having a little fun at Pop's expense, because with a name like Pop Culture Curate, you just assume like the name sounds so knowledgeable and erudite, and that he must have a library somewhere where he goes and researches his. What do you think of Next Generation? Oh, it's fucking garbage.
Well, the thing with Next Generation is that it's a roller coaster ride. One episode's going to be fantastic, but the next one's going to be just the worst thing you've ever seen, or at least from back then before things got crazy
If I
now.
see it as a roller coaster ride, Jill, I got to say the first 2 episodes are just climbing uphill slowly.
Mhm.
Climbing. You get that occasional where the chain slips and you fall back 2 feet and everybody goes, and then it keeps cha-chung, 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 cha-chung. Then
Yeah.
season 3, it crests the top of the hill and whee! You got a
Mhm.
lot of fun from
Well,
there on.
okay. If the whole thing is just one roller coaster, it starts off as a Carney roller coaster, and then it turns into a Universal roller coaster.
Right. Whereas Picard is more like the Canadian National Exhibition's famous roller coaster, the Flyer. A roller coaster they kept working 30 years past its expiry date, made entirely out of wood. This thing was the most dangerous ride out there. I remember taking it as a kid.
And while you're in the car, you're being water tortured too.
You also get shit like, you come to know the sounds of what a 9-inch falling retainer bolt sounds like.
Oh.
They'd rain down their shit. They finally, I think they set the thing on fire finally, but I'll never forget that.
So, did anybody actually ride that thing?
Oh God, everybody did. Yeah, the Flyer. Oh, I think you had to. It was a rite of passage as a kid growing up in this part of Canada. The Canadian National Exhibition. There's the Pacific National Exhibition in Vancouver and the Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto. And back 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago, that was like the thing. People would come from Alberta to, visit the Canadian National Exhibition. It would be like our version of, what's that thing they got where they do the Future World?
World's Fair.
The World's Fair. Thank you. It was like kind of the Canadian version of the World's Fair, where you could go and you could have Chinese food. Yeah. They got food from China. I promise you. I don't know where the Southern accent's coming from. I was talking about guys from Alberta, but yeah, because, coming out from there, they wouldn't have that kind of, and I'm being a little glib saying Chinese food, but that was kind of it, like they wouldn't get too much out there except meat.
Right.
Potatoes.
And it'll be American Chinese food too.
Well, yeah.
So when I went to a Chinese restaurant in Shanghai, it just said restaurant.
Yeah, how disappointing. I spent 6 hours looking for a Chinese restaurant in Hong Kong. Not one was called Chinese restaurant. Couldn't find a decent plate of chop suey anywhere.
Actually, no joke, that was in Shanghai. When we were in Hong Kong, that was different. Because even literally at passport control at Hong Kong, I was like, so is this China? And the guy goes, yeah, but no. I'm like, oh, really? And so, yeah, that's Hong Kong's different. Well, that was then. Well, then that's Hong Kong then as opposed to Hong Kong now, which is kind of more China. Wow. Moving on.
Right. Excuse me.
Broadcasting from New Zealand Autonomous Region.
Hello in the chat to Jedi Bill.
Jedi Bill.
And
Jedi Bill.
Yeah.
32 gigs is fine.
32 gigs of RAM is plenty for running the current operating systems and all of the associated applications that you can run on them.
There, you heard it from a real live girl. 32 millimeters is more than enough. Wait, did you say gigs?
32 gigs is fine. It's more
32
than enough.
gigs of RAM.
It's more than enough. It's fine. Definitely, it's fine. Relax. It's good. You'll get more later.
No guy needs to be ashamed if you got 32 gigs between your legs.
It's more than enough, Bill. Relax. It's fine.
Yeah, sure. The panel link is up in the description. I'll be going for another 20 minutes before I have to get out.
That's what she said.
Literally what she said. I'm right here.
Yeah, literally.
So yeah, you're welcome to come aboard the Comic Relief Crusader.
Come on, Comic Relief Crusader.
Dalek451 says, I was watching Star Trek TOS before I came on earlier. Oh, that's always a great choice. No,
The
it's
original
probably
series.
a
Dialect,
much
I'm calling
earlier.
you on this. I think you're just saying this to be cool because we're talking Star Trek. What episode were you watching? And don't say the man trap
Or Spock's brain.
or Spock's brain.
Hmm.
Spock's brain,
Somebody-
though. Spock's brain. People hate on that, but to me, that's always. It's so bad, it's good. It's
Yeah,
like
it's underrated
It's a-
now.
yeah, it's a good example that Star Trek, even at its worst, is still better than 9/10 of what we see on TV today.
Boom!
The
There
original
you go.
series.
Exactly. At their worst is still better than their best.
Well, okay. I'm gonna jump on.
How you
What's up,
doing,
Bill?
Comic Relief?
Hello, hello.
Hello, the Comic Relief Crusader. Welcome.
Hello, the anti-derivative Jill.
Yeah, I saw your interview on King Dolphin TV, and you know you got some real talent for graphics.
Ah, I'm not too bad. I'm also modest too, in case you didn't know. So, yeah, no, thank you. It's 20 years of pain and sweat and other types of excrement. Blah blah blah. I can't even talk. My God, I've just been working so long.
But you got some work on a cartoon, right? Or
Yeah.
something?
Right now I'm making up a character design. I am so close to being done. So for this producer, actually, curiously enough, in Alberta, as God, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember your name when you were talking about the World Fair. Anyway,
Me?
yeah, and yes, you.
Son of a red shirt.
Yes.
That's
And,
fun.
curiously enough, yes, I am in Alberta as well. So,
All right.
yeah, he's a TV producer. He's done stuff like Van Helsing, which is on Netflix, and a couple of other shows. And
Well,
I've done
Joe-
some work for him. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Van Helsing.
Yeah, the TV show. It's on Netflix. It's
I just
meh.
started thinking about David Lee Roth.
Yeah. Yes.
You imagine that, a bunch of rock star vampire hunters.
Oh my God, I know. But anyway, he wants to do a he's trying to pitch an animated show for Anna Green Gables, except and the setting is in modern time, like in the city, modern era kind of thing. So yeah, it's like whatever, he's the client. So and apparently they it's a target demographic between 6 and 11, right? And it's going to be 2D format, so no computer animation or anything like that. And they want to
Well,
bring
that
the
part's
project,
nice.
yeah, but they want to bring the project in a new direction, right? And whenever I hear new direction, it's just like, oh, okay, you're going to change something significant to the character than it originally was. Oh, this has got to be fun. So,
Hmm.
so they want to also make Anne a witch. Yeah,
Sweet tap dancing mother of God.
yeah, I know, right?
Well,
And
like you
and
said,
she has
it's a
a pet,
client's idea. So
yeah,
what are they going? What are
and
they
she
going
has
to
a
do?
pet toad and a black kitten, and lives in a abandoned mansion. So, yeah.
So absolutely nothing to do with Anna Green Gables.
Well, no, they want to
Like
keep
she
the
doesn't.
whole.
Her
They want to
parents
keep the
don't
whole
die. She
Anne.
doesn't get.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
want to keep the whole Anne look, right? And it's just it's Anna Green Gables modernized, but on top of that, she's a witch. So it's not even really Anna Green
So
Gables.
it sounds more like Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
It does. Thank you. You were the second person to actually say that, right? It is.
Yeah, I love
It's
that show.
exactly Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Sorry,
It's like it's like you're just putting red hair on her, So You know,
Yeah, and I bet the cat talks too.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And Sabrina, yeah. So it's not just me that's basically, you know, competing, I suppose you could say, because obviously, you know, when a bunch of other designers are, you know, asked to, you know, throw in their design pitch, basically, you know, you got to treat it like a competition, right? So, see, I loved, I don't know if you, Jill, saw the kind of live video that I did back on Tuesday, you know, but I was kind of talking about it, that growing up, I mean, I really did love Anne of Green Gables, you know, when I was in my mid-teens. I just loved the story. And, you know, because it was simple, it was a way better time, you know, that
Yeah.
obviously we think of.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic throwback. I just started listening to the audiobook. I'm listening to classic audiobooks with my kid, and that's one that we just started.
Yeah, there you go. Right? It's a
so funny
story.
you say that you're a big Anne of Green Gables fan, and when you cited the reason why, I honestly expected you to say I'm a big Anne of Green Gables fan because I'm a 13-year-old Japanese girl. Teasing you.
Maybe.
I read somewhere not too long ago that there is a significant out in Prince Edward Island where the Anne of Green Gables, there's the actual building, like they've got it all set up, and it's a huge tourism thing. And they said, proportionately speaking, there are more Japanese tourists that go there than any other, any other people from around the world.
Well, see, I used to live in New Brunswick, which is awfully close to Prince Edward Island, and yes, I can definitely confirm there are hundreds, if not thousands, of Japanese people that go to Green Gables specifically for Green Gables to, you know, obviously take a 500 million pictures and whatnot, because it's extremely popular in Japan. And also back in 1978, there was an anime made, Konnichiwa Anne, that tells the story of Anne before she made it to, you know, Matthew and Marilla, right? Because I believe it was a short story that actually told it. So, and it's still popular in Japan to this day. So, what I'm trying to do with my character design is keep the essential elements of the Anne story in the character. I'll post it on my Twitter because I'm like really close to being done. So, there are certain elements in it, you know, like the brooch, and there's a cherry twig. So I'm not going to say what they pertain to because you guys do your own homework. And, you know, books and a star on the back because I designed her with a hoodie. And all these little things are all elements of Anne and the story and her love of reading and writing on top of that. So plus I'm doing it in a anime style because if, and it's a big if, the show becomes popular in North America, you know, I mean, you know, aside from Canada, but you know, and makes its way to Japan, I want to give that nod to Japan because they constantly every summer go to PEI and they love Anne. So it's twofold. Yeah.
Right.
I like to cover all my bases.
Well, it sounds like you've been this has been taking up a lot of your concentration. You've been
Well, this is, and I have to admit, this is the very first time that I'm doing a character design for an animated show. Very first. You know, I mean, like you know, I'm a graphic designer, but I've also you know, I used to draw comics like way back, like in the 90s for a little bit. You know, it was a small fanzine thing, but I want to get back into that too. And you know, I suppose this is kind of a big jump. Being asked to do a character design for a show, it's like, oh my god. If they pick it, then I have to design all the characters, and that's going to be a lot of work.
But it's going to be fun. I hope you get
a lot of bank too, right?
Well, yeah, exactly, right? I mean, like my mom said, if you can make your hobby your job, then at least you go to work happy.
Sure. Your mom's pretty wise with that. And if you don't mind me jumping tracks so violently, I just wanted to ask Dialect, because I've gone off the chats and now I see that he is here with us. Did you come on in response to my challenging whether you were truly watching Star Trek TOS, and what episode were you watching?
Partly, yes.
Because sometimes, just for the people in the chat, I've known Dialect for several months now, but we don't know each other super well. So it occurred to me that maybe he thought I wasn't having fun and I was being serious, challenging him on this. Of course, I'm not. But I am curious to know, what original series Star Trek were you watching, being an inveterate Doctor Who fan? What's the Star Trek series? What's the Star Trek TOS show that you watched or that you hold most dear?
Which Star Trek series do I like the most?
All right.
Well, first, what episode were you watching?
That's basically what you're asking. Which series do I like the most? The original series, TNG,
episode.
and so on and so forth, right?
Which episode?
I was actually finishing off an episode I started watching a while ago. And an episode. It was an episode called "The Apple."
Oh, okay, sure. That's the one where they go down to the planet, like all Star Trek series. They go down to the planet. And there's an apple.
With their tricorder.
No.
There you go. No, that's the one with the planet that it was like the fantasy world one, wasn't it? Or no,
that's shortly.
No. Sorry, I caught myself. That's
This
the one
one's-
with
This was
Starsky.
with the god.
Or was it Hutch? Not Paul Michael Glazier, the other guy. He was one of the. They pray to Vol. Vol will be upset if we don't bring him food.
Yes, that's the
They're
one.
all shirtless. Yeah, white-haired people. And they were all like really jacked. They made the Enterprise crew look like dwarfs, kind of in comparison. All the men looked like bodybuilders.
Yes, that's the one I was watching. Yeah.
Right.
Or should I say that's the one I was finishing off because I think I was actually about halfway through that episode when I actually started. So I've now finished that one. I've moved on to the next episode, and
right.
which is the and the next episode is the Doomsday Machine.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the
That'll
Deuce,
be
that's
fantastic.
a classic.
That'll be great.
That's some great one. That's got Commodore Deckard in.
Mhm.
And few people know this, but Star Trek the Motion Picture, the character of Will Decker, the captain of the Enterprise that Kirk replaces because he doesn't think he's experienced enough.
Oh, yeah.
That was supposed to be Commodore Decker's son. And there was a scene where Kirk said, like your father taught me a lot and I was there when he died, sort of thing, but they axed it out of the movie.
I never knew that. They had tied those two Deckards together.
Yeah.
No way.
I had no idea.
Well, yeah, because they cut it from the movie.
Yeah.
Wait. There was a cut scene from the 2009 movie with.
No. The TMP, the motion picture.
Yeah.
Oh, the motion picture. Sorry.
We wouldn't be
The
talking about
real
the film
Star
on this
Trek.
channel.
Sorry.
That's sacrilege.
My mistake.
That's right. Anonymous, you called it. Kirk smacked the guy and made him cry. Whereas there it is. That fucking Will Smith, he just stole the line from Kirk. Slapping the kids around.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to smack you up, you little bitch.
Yeah, just like Kirk said. I'm gonna smack you up, you little bitch.
You're pretty good at those voices, comic relief.
I know. I was told a long time ago I should get into voice acting. I actually originally wanted to get into radio, but decisions.
Yeah. Voice acting, that's a hard gig to break into.
It is sort of, but God, I have so much fun, especially when those scammer telemarketers call, and you just keep them on the phone for about a half an hour, just keep on ranting and raving and whatnot, and then.
Oh, by the way, Anonymous in the chat, thank you for the sub to my channel.
Yeah, very cool.
Lord bless you.
Oh, Doomsday is Pop Culture Carrier's favorite. That's a good favorite to have.
Yeah, and, it is a great episode.
And I've got to get ready to get going now. So I'd like to thank you guys for being on the panel, and I want to let you guys plug anything you'd like to plug. Let's see.
A toaster?
A toaster? Yeah.
Hair dryer?
That's how to make me big. How do I make you guys?
Personal massager.
I don't know how to do this. I've never done this before.
You just click on our avatars and then just move them to the middle, Jill.
Oh, like this. Neat.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do you have anything you'd like to advertise or where can we find you or wherever? Son of a red shirt.
Are you speaking to me?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to share?
Oh, yes. I'm fantastic.
Yes,
just in case
you are fantastic.
Nobody knew. So I thought I'd share that.
Yeah, you're fantastic, and you know all the movies, and you can string together actors from one movie to another. That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Well, I do consider myself a bit of a movie buff.
You are.
I try not to get
You
too
really are.
heavy-handed with it. I'm just a neophyte. I'm a learner. But I'm actively watching a movie a day, trying to keep up my average because I love cinema. I love film in general.
That is very
And
clear.
if you ever stumble by my channel, you'll see how much I love film. I have over 2,000. I'm an aggregate site, really. I don't put out any of my own material. But if you go to my site and you're bored looking for a good kung fu movie, scroll down and look up Sweet Sweet Gung Fu. There's about 130 films in there that I personally guarantee are very enjoyable. And if you look in the other file just called Kung Fu, there's about 1,300 films in there. I can't guarantee them all, but it's easier than trying to dig through Cinecurry or the Wu-Tang channel or
oh, are you talking about your playlists on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Very
And
cool.
about 800 separate movies that I've found everything from really the whole gambit. Like if I can find a good free movie on YouTube, I put it up on my site. And if anybody wants to watch, just scroll down. If you're bored, you don't want to pay for a movie, I guarantee you'll find something there that'll please anyone.
Sweet.
And now you know.
The rest.
And what half of the battle is that, Spockney?
The who, the what now? The battle what? Oh, hi there.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Welcome to me. Captain Cockney Spock. I guess themes. I guess we're discovering the unique selling point for our channel. We're going to think whether it's time travel or is Deckard a replicant or was that movie a dream or who's the unreliable narrator? So, yeah, we talk about movies like everyone else, but we go to the top of the pyramid on a good day and talk about themes, concepts, but also silly jokes, and every other sentence ends with soapy tit wank.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's a
it
pretty
does.
good
I can attest to
synopsis.
that.
Encapsulated in just a couple sentences. Very nice.
Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity. And and keep checking out Jill. Check out everyone here. Check out Dalek. Check out everyone. But yeah, thank you, Jill, for the opportunity. We should be watching your career with great interest.
Sure.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
And thank you for coming, Dalek. Would you like to plug your channel?
It was a pleasure, Jill.
Yeah, Dalek, go plug yourself.
Man. It's funny because it's true.
I will fuck myself.
Well, I think there's only really two things I can really say when it comes to my channel. The
second one's off.
I'd like to make another attempt at making at that stream I tried to do the other night. Not sure when I will do that, but I hopefully will do it soon. And recently I've been trying to get into actually doing videos rather than just do live streams. I need to.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I mean, I was supposed to actually record a video the other over the weekend, but I didn't actually get around to that because I've actually been I've been a bit stuck on how to actually do that video.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got an idea.
It'll come to you. Oh, you have an idea.
Do it in like an angry Dalek voice. Like all the videos. Because you are
opposed
Dalek,
to a
right?
happy Dalek voice.
You know what?
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always an angry Dalek.
But well, yeah, that's true, right?
It was recently
I am
suggested
talking about videos now. Dominate the woke.
The funny thing about this conversation is that right now, as we're speaking, bantering back and forth, Jill's child is standing outside a school somewhere going, Mom, where are you? I need to be picked up, Mom.
Oh dear.
I demand you feed me.
I thought you loved me.
I have 20 minutes to get out of here, so I am no kid is going to be. I'm not going to.
No child abandonment issues here today.
We better let you go then, Jill.
Mother, I have pooed in my nappy, and I demand to know what you're going to do about it.
I demand to be changed now, mother.
Try to explain that to the principal of your child's school that, well, listen, I was going to come, but on my YouTube show, this really interesting guy called Dialect 451, he came on and he started telling us about his Doctor Who channel. Okay, guess who? You're getting your child taken away from you just for that sentence.
Priorities and all.
You'll be in detention.
My apologies for the delay, Jill.
No, that's okay. No, I'm ending this show well in advance of that happening. The Comic Relief Crusader. What do you have going?
I am the Comic Relief Crusader, here to expose wokeness in all its forms, whether it be movies, TV, comics, or maybe action figures. I don't know. I've heard some interesting news lately, but subscribe to my channel or incur my wrath. But not quite like a Dalek.
Hey, do you think, Crusader, do you think Deckard's a replicant?
You know what? I think he is. I'm pretty sure he is.
Interesting.
Possibly. Or are they just screwing with his mind? Because, implanted memories and all.
You're talking about memories.
For more on that, go check out Captain Cockney's Fox channel.
I have to ask.
Tangent.
Stop typing, everyone. Stop talking. Stop thinking. Stop it. Jill's got things to do,
You
people.
Stop talking.
Just
and you
stop
typing.
Stop typing.
Jill
No
must
more
forget
typing.
children.
No more ideas. No more discussions with Jill. No more discussions.
Yes, thank you very much for everyone in the chat and everyone on the panel. And we'll see you next time on my channel talking about the Orville. We'll be talking about the next 2 episodes of the Orville home. And the other episode, something about fishes.
Do we have a date for the new season?
Yes,
Jill?
June 2nd.
You'd be the one
Yes.
person.
June
okay.
2nd.
June
I
2nd.
got to finish season 2
Okay.
like ASAP then.
Yes, Clock Sword.
Very cool.
The
What's
stream,
up?
the stream elements test concluded. It works. Bot works. Oh, I never did the 8-ball, but I don't have an 8-ball question.
You never did the 8-ball?
Well,
You really are going to get your kids taken away from you, Jill. Don't talk about that on live stream.
Yeah.
well, season 3 of the Orville be great. Let's see what the 8-ball says.
Only time will tell.
Down, down, down. I wish I could fly.
Oh, the stream elements 8-ball is says most definitely. So we'll have a great season 3 of the
The
Orville.
8-ball has spoken. All hail
even
the
know that was
magic
a thing.
8-ball.
Yeah, so if anybody
Clock
ever
Sword,
wants
what's
to
up,
ask
baby?
it questions, they can. And
What's up, baby? You are such a loud singer, son of a red shirt sometimes. Hey, looking good over there in the chat. Hey, checking you out. How you doing?
How you doing?
Star Trek, I dig my Star
Trek.
Please give me more Trek. Hey, what the heck? I think that's how that song goes.
Ooh, nice.
that's a beautiful song.
Card,
I think
don't give me pew cards.
It's
No,
almost like
no.
a Tony Bennett kind of sound.
Thank you very much
Don't cry
for
me,
guys
Sacramento.
hanging out.
You
But I really
know
wish
that
Then we're
I
just supposed to make
always
random
love
noise till you
you.
kick us off.
All right, okay. Well, we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Don't cry for me, Planet Klingon. You know there's meteorites heading for you.
Good tea. Nice house.
Nice house.